Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Bitcoin video. Now, a lot of people right now are extremely scared about the 2-month candle that has closed on Bitcoin and on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart just about 6 days ago. They're actually petrified of it, right? I've seen a few YouTube videos circulating, very popular YouTube videos circulating now, people very scared of it and thinking that maybe this is all a trap. This whole bullish move is a trap. We're going to go down further. A lot of people are saying things like that. What we've actually got here on the 2-month Bitcoin chart and on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, if we zoom right in, this candle right here and this candle right here on Bitcoin, that's actually a gravestone doji candlestick formation, okay? If we look at the first image on Google Images, you can see a gravestone doji is essentially a candle. This one's probably a better idea of it on the left-hand side here. You can see it's essentially a candle where the body is very, very small and it's generally towards the lower side of the candle, and there's a very high wick to the upside. That's a gravestone doji, and as you can see, it generally represents a top formation, right? It generally represents the top of a move, and so this candlestick formation forming on the Bitcoin chart and on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart is threatening because a lot of people are thinking, well, if this is a bearish formation that generally indicates a top, then this entire move could be a fake out and we actually could be destined for lower prices. Now, I viciously disagree with this. I think it's it's a very like isolated argument. It's not really taken into account what's actually come up to this moment and why this formation is formed. It's not actually taking into account any of the other TA whatsoever. For example, the TA that suggests that we've seen a perfect bottom at 57K as per regular cyclical structures. But let's just analyze this just for a second here. So a lot of people are scared of it. They think that's they think that's a bearish candlestick formation, representing that we're going to go downwards, representing this as a top, representing this entire move as a fake out to the upside, and also bolstering the argument in some people's arguments that this is a kind of massive triple top formation, with the first top being here in March, second top being here in November that year, and then the third top being here, or at least like a double top formation before a rejection, and then the break of the entire cyclical structure. Now, I want to be very clear here. Crypto Crew University and people like that who are kind of pushing this argument, they have an incentive. I'm not trying to call them intellectually dishonest or anything like that, but let's just be real. They have an incentive to believe that the top is near, because Crypto Crew University specifically is a proponent of the 5.3 theory, which suggests that the bull market top will be at around 80K or just below it. And he's arguing that the top could be in right now, or at least we go a little bit higher first. But he's obviously, he's positioned to make cases that Bitcoin is slowing down in this price region. And so he's looking specifically at this 2-month candle as perhaps a supporting argument for that. Now, I want to be very clear, okay? If you understand TA to any capacity, you know that all TA events are probability based. Now, obviously a gravestone doji candlestick formation is a bad thing. This is not a good thing. We can't argue that at all. But you have to have context, because if you have one bad thing on the charts and you have 10 good things, the charts are good. All right, that's really my argument. We have a gravestone doji on a 2-month chart, which, by the way, is a ridiculously strange time frame to be looking at on Bitcoin, okay? I'm just going to say that outright. No one really looks at 2-month candles. That's kind of weird, first and foremost. But that doesn't really invalidate anything. But even if we just go back in time and we look at what's happened on 2-month chart generally, all right, we can see a strong bottoming formation here in 2014 January, and we didn't actually end up bottoming out and going upwards until around 8 months later. We can see a very strong bottoming formation here as well, a doji candle, which is a sign of when you're on massive support. It generally represents a shift back to the upside, but because the cyclical structures were stronger than a random 2-month candle formation, we ended up going downwards another 50%. There's more examples. For example, another doji candle right here. So we saw a rejection. We started going downwards. Another doji candle right here. But again, because the cyclical structure is more important than a 2-month candle, we continue going downwards. I'm not even going to count the COVID drop, right? Because that's kind of unfair. But even just in this candle right here, we went down to another 20%. What else? We've got more to look at. We've got a bearish engulfing candle here in May 2021. Very strong, very, very strong bearish engulfing candle, right? A candle that a lot of people thought would end the bull market. And no, we didn't end the bull market. We went upwards 100% over the course of the next 4 or 5 months until reaching the bull market top, which again was predicted by the cyclical structure. Another example right here. 2 very strong doji candles after a very strong downwards move, which represent a bottom. But no, that wasn't the bottom. We actually broke down one more time to 15K from that 21K region. Okay, the point is, there's many structures. Another one right here. Bullish candle formation, long wick to the downside, very flat candle body. But no, we went downwards on the next 2-month candle, okay? So there's many examples just on a 2-month chart alone that shows you very clearly that candlestick structures, specifically on this time frame, are not reliable. Sometimes they'll work, sure, because it's TA after all. But what it's actually shown you on multiple occasions is that the overall cyclical structure, okay, and the structural trends that revolve around Bitcoin on a cyclical level are much more important than what a candle structure says. And when I look at the situation we've got now and I see that Bitcoin saw this correction, this big correction downwards to 57K, and within that correction, we bottomed out on a 13-year-long support line. We actually flipped it for support, perfectly bottomed out, and went upwards from there. Not only that, we also bottomed out on the bull market support band, which supports that 13-year-long support line. Not only that, but we also bottomed out on the pi cycle indicators, midlines, the yellow and green lines, which have always been, if we go back in cyclical history, they've always been the bottom before an impulsive parabolic rally to the upside. Throughout the entirety of 2015, you can see it acted as a bottom before a parabolic rally to the upside. Exact same thing over here in 2020. Parabolic rally to the upside after finding those levels at the bottom. Come down, we've tested that level perfectly, along with other things. Guys, the fact of the matter is we've seen a perfect correction. Like, there couldn't have been a more healthy level to go to than 57K. It was more healthy, Bitcoin going to 57K and bottoming there, than if it just went upwards. This was exceptionally healthy as to why I predicted it, okay? Everything we've seen right now in the last couple of weeks, everything about this correction has been perfectly healthy and in line with the structural trends. On top of this, we've also got, for example, if we zoom out to the monthly chart, we've got kind of these yellow lines, which have always divided kind of the bull market region from the bear market region on the Bitcoin cyclical timeframes. You can see yellow line here, yellow line here, yellow line here. Always been very, very important. Always been a zone where we've seen kind of a rejection from before entering the parabolic phase. For example, here in 2016, here in 2019, and here briefly in 2024. It's also the yellow lines you'll note as well. They line up with the 67 level on the monthly chart RSI. So we look at when we've retested this yellow line, for example, it lines up with when we retested that level on the monthly chart RSI. So in a way, the relative level is actually the 67 level on the monthly chart RSI. And right now that relative level is being flipped for support. Not only that, but it's held for support on the monthly candle close. So in the same month that we've seen this bearish, gravestone doji candlestick formation on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart and the Bitcoin chart, we've also seen an exceptionally healthy correction. Literally couldn't have been healthier if it tried. It was actually like the perfect correction. And we've also seen all of these structural trends on Bitcoin remain intact and ready to kind of bounce Bitcoin into the next phase of the bull market. Not only Bitcoin, right, but it actually goes through to other charts as well. We go to total 3 cryptocurrency market cap chart, which is the crypto market cap chart that kind of excludes Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's bring it up on this chart right here. You can see that we have kind of a trend here. So let's just zoom out and I'll set it up for you. We have kind of a trend. It's a 5-step trend. If this is another structural trend, for example. So we have 5 steps. The step 1 is bottoming out. Step 2 is kind of a pump to the upside. Step 3 is after seeing a higher low, you see this first consolidation. Step 4 is the second consolidation. And step 5 is a parabolic bull market. Guys, we're copying the exact same formation. We're copying the exact same structure, and we're on step 4. So our next step, according to the cyclical structures that surround the entire market, our next step is a parabolic bull market. We've just seen the final correction, the final consolidation, and our next step will be a parabolic bull market according to these structural trends, which are now fully intact, and not only fully intact, but validated even further by the fact that we saw the correction of 57K. So just all in all, when I see people saying, oh, Wolf, look at the 2-month gravestone doji candle, and that's going to be the end of everything, and that's the start of the bearish, that's the start of the bearish trend in the bear market. It just displays, in my opinion, a complete lack of care or knowledge, I don't know what it is, about the entirety of everything else that's going on in TA. It's like, hey, look at this one thing and ignore the other 50 things that have occurred in the last week. It seems a bit dull, a bit low IQ, in my opinion. It's worth talking about. Cool, we can talk about it. For example, I'll bring up loud and clear that right now, in my opinion, the biggest threat to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency as a whole is the USDT dominance chart. This is something I looked at very extensively in the last video I did. You can go check it out. I'll bring it up again tomorrow. It's just a bit of a divergence from the current topic. You can bring up bearish things. There's no problem with that. You need to be able to discuss these things. But when you're saying that, hey, look, this one candle is the entire reason why the market's going to go down, that's not an argument. That's just bias, in my opinion, personally. Again, I'm not accusing anyone in particular of doing that. I haven't even watched the videos, right? Where people are saying there's videos of people spending 20 minutes analyzing these one I haven't watched any of those. I don't really watch other YouTubers very often because I'm very confident in my own analysis, but I do occasionally. But I'm just saying I haven't watched these, so I'm not really targeting this video at anyone in particular. But what I will say is that no, I'm not concerned about this. I will be concerned about this if it actually develops into something. If I actually see evidence of Bitcoin and crypto as a whole breaking down and actually breaking below the critical levels that actually matter. If I see cryptocurrency and Bitcoin drop below that, pi cycle center lines or the bull market support band, then I'll start caring. But until then, there's just really no point because at the moment, everything just seems perfect to me on a macro scale. And even on medium-term scale, we're doing pretty well. For example, Bitcoin broken above a channel formation right now. It's flipped it for support. Total cryptocurrency market cap broken above a triangle formation of a 12-hourly chart RSI, flipped it for support, broke above the same triangle here, flipped it for support as well. In my opinion, everything right now looks pretty good. That's just me personally. So let me know what you think in the comments. Again, I know sometimes I come across as pretty blunt when it comes to debunking arguments, but that's just what it is in my opinion. Again, I've been doing this for years. And I'm not shy to say what I think because, in my opinion, I'm professional at this. I know what I'm talking about. And it does seem like a lot of YouTubers, a lot of the time, don't really know what they're talking about to a certain extent, or at least don't really consider the opposite viewpoint enough. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. Go ahead and check out the VIP group on Telegram. You can check out the VIP group on Telegram with the links below. We post 3 to 4 trading plans per week, or 4 to 5, I should say, trading plans per week. We've got a 77.51% win rate on those trading plans with a fully transparent results. Again, not many YouTubers are going to give you transparent trading results. I've got it all in a PDF document, the wins, the losses, check it out. Again, we've got BitGet and BingX. Those are our exchanges for this YouTube channel. BingX is global non-KYC, okay, so anywhere in the world, and BitGet is global KYC minus the USA. So take your pick depending on your location. They're both very low in trading fees. They've both never been hacked before. They've both got protection funds in case they are hacked to protect your money on the exchange. And my referral links are down below. You can sign up with my referral links to get 15% trading fee discounts and exclusive rewards. Go ahead and do that. Best way to help the channel for sure, by the way. And then finally, the bull market sale for the Crypto Academy's educational Become a Trader course. If you want to learn how to trade, this is where you can do it. A very good course targeting all types of learners, visual, practical, verbal, whatever it may be. So check that out as well. Guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll catch you tomorrow.